The elevator fell into hell. The woman in the blue dress stepped out of the elevator and completely vanished from the human world. When the elevator accelerated back to the ground, a terrifying man suddenly appeared outside the window. This was the strange disappearance. This was the mysterious disappearance of the woman in the blue dress in the elevator. An incident that shocked the public at the time. People said that from that day on, the woman in the blue dress completely disappeared from this world. No one ever saw her again. The most frightening thing was that the entire mysterious disappearance was captured by the elevator's surveillance camera at around 1 p.m. on October 17, 2015. The elevator moved up to the 10th floor, and a woman wearing glasses and a blue dress entered from outside. She pressed the button for the first floor, and the elevator began descending slowly. Feeling tired, she leaned against the elevator wall, closed her eyes, and waited for the elevator to reach her floor. However, according to the surveillance footage, when she closed her eyes to rest, the elevator reached the first floor but did not stop. Instead, it continued to fall. The floor display panel suddenly showed strange, chaotic numbers jumping erratically. After a while, the woman in the blue dress suddenly woke up. But when she lifted her head to check which floor she was on, she was terrified by the scene before her eyes. Outside the elevator's glass door was an endless abyss of pitch-black darkness, as if the elevator was plunging straight into hell. Panicked, she frantically pressed all the buttons on the control panel, hoping to stop the elevator. However, what made her despair even more was that the emergency button did not work at all. She quickly took out her phone to call for help, but discovered that there was no signal inside the elevator. At this point, she completely lost her composure. The elevator's speed increased rapidly. Unable to keep her balance, she crouched down, trying to brace herself. Finally, after a brief moment of complete darkness, the elevator suddenly stopped and the doors slowly opened. Terrified, the woman in the blue dress stood up, walked to the door, and looked outside. But all she saw was an empty, dark, and freezing landscape. To survive, she had no choice but to accept her fate. Bending down, she carefully stepped into the pitch-black world before her. But just as she left the elevator, the doors suddenly slammed shut, and the elevator swiftly began moving upward. From that moment on, the woman in the blue dress completely vanished from the human world. However, what sent chills down people's spines happened when the elevator was ascending. Outside the glass door, a man with a sinister, ghostly face suddenly appeared. In the final seconds of the surveillance footage, the elevator returned to the first floor, and a cheerful couple stepped inside, as if everything that had just happened was nothing more than an illusion.